Hello, Nicole. Hello.
Hello, Eric. Hello.
How are you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you doing?
I'm doing wonderful. You know why?
Yay. Why is that? April Fools, you saw my boobs.
I have new things for this show. I'm so excited.
That's so inappropriate.
And I can't wait to use them.
I said April Fools, you saw my boobs. Great. April Fools, you saw my boobs.
Yep, that's what you said. So, I want to let everybody know wherever you guys are watching, make sure that you follow, like, and subscribe. Twitter, Twitch, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram. Thumbs up and subscribe and hit the bell on YouTube. TikTok is a great place too. Of course, we're live right now, so why don't you share that show now? Or if you're listening to this in the future, make sure that you share it at the end of the show. Those are great free ways to help support our shows. Of course, you can always visit the website hellofriendspod.com to get all the links to Nicole's socials, my socials, of course, the socials for the show, as well as our schedule.
Yes, and of course, as always, if you are listening to the audio version of this show, please be sure to leave it a 5-star rating, a positive review, and again, sharing is caring. So share it with all your podcast listening friends. Yes, the Easter holiday is over, but that doesn't mean you still can't give it.
You can always give it.
April Fools, you saw my boobs.
So, whatever you want to give, give. And speaking of giving, Nicole, we are
Yes.
very excited because coming up this week on our next Big Brother Canada show, we are going to be joined by Liza Stinton, followed by our Thursday episode with Hira. So we have
Yes.
exciting Big Brother Canada guests on our Big Brother shows for the rest of this week. But unfortunately, today you're just stuck with me and Nicole.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Sorry about it.
Okay, I'm sorry. No,
Okay.
it's us. We're here. We're fine and dandy. We're living our best lives. Here we go. BB update. A lot of stuff happened in this episode.
It did, but I would like to switch it up for 1 second.
Okay, let's switch it. Switch it up. Switch it up.
Because I know that you've been, traveling. You might have missed the
Yes.
breaking news
Okay.
on Big Brother Canada.
What's that?
Ty got out of the shower and we saw his butt.
Oh, I
Now,
did see that. I saw that you tweeted it, so I did happen to see that footage.
okay, because I thought it would be inappropriate for this show to just be flashing, Ty's butt all over the place.
I get that.
However, I did uh get Braden's reaction.
Ah. Ah, poor guy. Because nobody expects it. Nobody expects anybody to get out of a bathroom stall and just be like, sup.
Oh, I do. I'm so
No.
confused by their relationship in general. I don't understand it. I don't get it. I think it's one of those things. I don't know.
But I ship it.
I ship it, but the thing is I don't know if it's real. I don't know if it's game. I don't know if
Mm,
I should care if it's not real or if it's game. Um,
I hear that.
but
I I just think we don't know enough. I think we'd have to hear more from
from them.
Ty and Braden's perspectives. But even then, I don't think it's something they would talk about because if it is something personal in that game, that would never come up, and that's between them and nobody else. But I don't know, just interesting.
It is interesting. I would love to ask him, but I don't know that he would even answer it.
We just want to know. Inquiring minds want to know because we ship it.
I want no. You get to ship the straight relationships. So let me have a possibly gay one.
No, I could ship whatever I want to ship.
Do you know how
don't you
long
tell
the
me what sales I can't put up on my ships?
do you know how long the gays have waited to ship a showmance on Big Brother?
That's so sweet.
It is, and I want to ship
Not how
it,
long,
but
not how long it's been waited, but how it could be occurring now. I'm just gonna stop talking.
yeah. I just want to know really if I have a chance with Ty is what it comes down to, because I will steal him from Braid.
I hear that, and I think a lot of people feel the same way.
They do. People were very angry with me on social media. Somebody was like, I hate Ty for this. And I was like, huh? Because there was like another moment today, earlier on the feeds. None of these things are giving away anything. But again, as we've already said, we don't really care. Nothing's really a spoiler. But there was an awkward moment on the feeds. I mean, not an awkward moment, but a moment where, Braden might have rested his head upon Ty's chest, which he, for some reason, just kept flexing.
Oh,
And it was
I
just this
love it.
weird, but it was this weird moment where, like, Ty didn't interact at all with Brayden during it. So is this inappropriate then? Like, does Ty want nothing to do with this? And is Brayden like now forcing himself on Ty? Is this just a normal thing? I don't understand the dynamic and I need to understand it.
I think you're overthinking it, and I think it's between them. I think they're both grown men who
Yeah,
can voice to each other how they feel, and whether that's publicly on the show or not is none of our business.
it's my business. It's on the feeds. On
It's
the
because you
feeds.
want to know.
Yeah, I want to know. You know what I mean?
Oh, I know. I know
I
you
want to,
want to know.
I want to, nope, not going to say it. So,
Can you play That's so inappropriate?
That's so inappropriate. Can we define that?
Thank
I'm
you.
not understanding.
I'm sorry, what?
I mean, on that note, we're already talking about Ty. Shall we begin?
Yes, let's go.
Okay. All right. So, episode starts, of course, with a recap. We have a lot of Jed and Ty action, one of which is the scene of them two taking the bath together, which, of course, you, Eric, made a fun little TikTok of, which I love that. It goes into how Beth won the HOH, and it shows Jed explaining that he did throw it because he realized, listen, I want to be available to play the HOH next week because me and Ty are both more so physical competitors. So if it's a physical comp, that's something we have a better chance of winning than, say, Beth. And when he walks out to everybody, after he lost the comp, he explains to the house guest, oh, I did the wrong thing. I didn't count the number of days that didn't have events. I
Mhm.
counted the number of days that did have events, which, you'd think people would kind of question. But later on, when he's talking to, I believe, Beth is like, oh man, I really thought you threw it. And he's like, yeah, I did. I just didn't want to throw it by that much.
I mean, I guess I thought it was obvious, and I thought that's exactly what he was doing. So, I wasn't surprised to hear him say it. I thought his excuse was kind of dumb, and I don't think anybody bought it.
But I think they did, though, because if you hear Beth say, someone who's really close to him, oh, I thought you really did screw. Oh, no, I thought you threw. Oh, no. Yeah, she says, I thought you threw it, but your explanation, I guess, showed me otherwise. And he's like, no, I did throw it. So I guess his
Yeah,
explanation kind of worked, and people were like, okay, he counted the wrong days.
yeah. I don't,
Mhm.
it's just weird to me, but it makes complete sense. I don't understand. Well, we do know that the whole house sees them as a target. It's just very interesting to watch the whole dynamic of the season where people just have no problem just being open and honest about what they're thinking and what they want to do.
Oh my God. Like, no, but look at the whole when Beth has to pick have nots. Instead of keeping her mouth shut and just saying you, she prefaces it with, well, I'm not picking my boys. They've been with me since day one.
Horrible
Like,
game.
I understand, like, in a house, you understand, okay, them two are in a showmance, they're probably a final two. Them two hang out a lot, they're probably a final two. Them two are best friends, they're probably a final two. I get that. And I know people think they're close and they're a trio, but one thing you have to understand about Big Brother is it's so different. Even when you're in it, it's so different when someone voices it. People can hang out all day long and you can have your suspicions, but when someone blatantly says, I'm not picking my boys, they've been with me since day one, like you're like putting that final nail in the coffin. And I don't know what possessed her to do that. And then, she goes on to say Vic was done dirty last week, right? She says so she wasn't going to pick her. And then Brayden, being the wonderful Brayden that he is, offers himself up. And I'm like, no, Brayden, don't offer yourself. Make her pick someone else. And then, of course, she picks Ro again. This poor man will never get off slop. And Tina and Tara, which we find out later in the episode, she has very, very choice opinions about. Or a boot.
A boot. They got opinions about it all. But
So how do we feel
mean,
about the have-not picks?
I think it was horrible social gameplay on Beth's part. Or not. I feel okay, I feel for the exact same reasons that you just said is why it's bad gameplay on her part. But then again, it goes back to what I just said before that of it's this weird season where you can just have Tara walk into the HOH room and go, all right, I'm gonna put you up. And then that's fine. Or you can go to Wendy's, I know we'll talk more about it later with Ro, and be like, yeah, you're going up.
Yeah, I thought
And
that
then
wasn't
just be like,
necessarily
okay.
You can tell people, from what I recall, like from BBUS, you can tell people they're a choice to go up or you're considering put them up. But I think it's interesting that they're allowed to be like, hey, you blatantly, and it's okay to tell people they're a pawn, but to blatantly be like, yeah, you're going up, yeah, you're going up. I'm shocked that they kind of like allow that so blatant.
I honestly truly believe that it's the same in Big Brother Canada and BBUS. If you are giving them good content for the show, if you're giving them
Mhm.
good feeds and you're giving them good content, they will just let you play the game however you
Okay.
see fit. If as a cast you are not giving them good content, not giving them good feeds, then production doubles down on there is no talking, there is no because they need the moments of
Yes,
drama. So I think
absolutely.
because it's such a good season, they're fine with them being like that.
Makes sense. Absolutely. Um, at this point, we have, the Sunset are celebrating. So they're all like having their, woohoo, we're great. Which in that conglomerate is the amazing Kiefer, who I adore. And he just keeps landing himself in a nice little spot, which I love to see. And it's not at all, in my opinion, it's not at all like a floaters spot. It's not a, oops, everybody forgot about me. I'm just safe this week. No, like Kiefer is so strategic in where he's landing. He's keeping his social game so strong with everybody, and he's just kind of navigating. And that I love to see. So like him, I'm just like blown away by week after week. And then we see the other side of the coin. We see the other half of the house: Brayden, Rohan, Tina, Tara, kind of sulking, understandably. I believe it's one of them. I think Ro was like, listen, it was a competition. We didn't win. What are you going to do? Brayden brings up the whole Beth called them her boys and that she can't put them on slop. And I understand it's a game, but I do kind of agree with Brayden on this one. Brayden goes more so the route of if they are her allies, they could have volunteered. I believe the two of them have never been on slop. So, like, my more empathetic personalized gameplay is like, oh, just offer yourselves up because you've never done it. But from their perspective, one of their people won. They don't want to go on slop again. They technically don't have to. There's no morals in Big Brother. So, like, kudos to them. They're not on slop again. But I think I feel bad that Rose on it again. I feel bad for Brayden. And it's in this moment that we hear Tara say, I think it's me and Ro. It's going to be me and Ro. I know it's going to be me and Ro. And this sets up the rest of the episode of Tara being very Beth has it out for me. This is bad. I'm going up. Sulky, sulky. Understandably, but also like, no, come on, Tara, fight.
Yeah. And I saw Mad Dragon in chat say Tina and Tara didn't get any credit for putting the doubt in Vic and Beth's mind. They very much so did. They were kind of planting those seeds. We saw that Brayden We saw the
Yes.
Braden and Roe dynamic of it on the episode tonight, but before that, there was a lot of Tina and Tara like starting to sow those seeds of doubt between them both, really, to start trying to
Wow.
turn them against each other.
That's what I like to hear. So kudos to Tina, kudos to Tara, and like you said in the episode, major kudos to Braden, who was like, "Oh, Rose going up. Watch this," and pivoted the target to Victoria. Did it very well. Major credit, and that's something that we've said all last week when we had the assumption that Austin was leaving. It was a lot of what will become of Braden. How will he play as an individual? What will we see of him? And I like the let's go switch things up. Like, I got you, Ro. Let's go figure this out. And I like that, Ro and Braden both lost their partner. So they're kind of like, they're together now. And I love it.
I have to say, major kudos to Braden. There was part of me that thought he might do a little bit of the rolling over and dying with Austin leaving. And he
Yeah,
has
absolutely.
not at all. He has been amazing on the feeds. I'm honestly, I retweeted it earlier, and I'm so annoyed that I can't play it, that I can't do what I was going to do. I wanted to make a TikTok of it, but he was dancing to Blinding Lights in the HOH.
Aw,
And I so badly wanted to make the TikTok of it, but then like 5 other people did, but they like did it on Instagram because he does that perfectly. Like he's literally does like a lip sync performance of the song while he's listening to it on the HOH thing. And I was like, oh my God, I'm gonna go make a TikTok. And then I saw other people already did it on
that's so
Instagram.
sweet, though. I mean, my choice was more like Slim Shady, but still, I love it.
I think he's handling it amazing being without Austin, and I did not uh I didn't necessarily think that he would. Ro, I did. I think guys are different. Not that Braden is not a guy. But I think that straight guys handle their emotions sometimes a little bit differently than maybe a gay guy. But, you know,
Okay, stereotypically, yeah, you could argue, like, yeah,
yeah.
more likely to be like, bounce back. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
hmm I hear that.
Definitely stereotypical.
Um, Ro, and I've said this again with Ro every week, every episode, he's somebody who continues to grow on me. Um, and I know I'm kind of jumping ahead, but especially let's say like family videos, I think it says a lot about a person how they respond to family videos. And he's one of the people that responded in a way that was very genuine and authentic and passionate to me. And that's why like I love him more and more like every episode.
Really?
hmm I do.
I the thing with Kiefer, I know you mentioned
Uh,
Kiefer. The thing with Kiefer before, how you said that you thought like Kiefer was in a very good spot.
I do.
Um, you what?
I do.
I do agree that he's in a good spot. I mean, I agree with what you're saying about Roe as well. He's not as horrible in live feeds as he once was. I think now that he lost a lot of his perceived power is why he's being a little bit better on the live feeds. So I
Okay.
like him more than I did in the beginning on the live feeds. But, and it's just because I saw people mention it in chat, I think Kiefer has the ability. He is, in a way, set up the best to maneuver wherever he needs
Yeah.
to, but he is also like the number one target of the firing squad if any of these people really start talking.
But that's the thing, if they do. And you could say that with anything in Big Brother. You could be like, oh, that alliance is doing great unless they blow up. That showmance is great unless they break up. Like you could say that about anybody. But right now, I think Kiefer is in a very ideal spot. I think since we've seen, especially like, kind of like Victoria's playing of both sides, the two sides, like certain members of each side don't talk, or if they do, they don't believe each other. So I think it's already set in stone that that's the house dynamic. I don't see I don't see one side turning on Kiefer in the middle before they turn on the other side. So I think these two sides are going to keep firing, regardless how, even if they get upset with Kiefer for playing both, I think they'll just continue firing before going after him.
Well, I mean,
Unless something really horrible happens.
yeah. I mean, I have a feeling a lot of it is what we'll end up talking about Wednesday, or we can talk about at the end of this episode. We saw a little bit of that happen today after the POV ceremony.
Oh no.
I
Oh
honestly think they
no.
won't care. Not with Kiefer, but whatever. Let's keep going. Let's keep
Okay.
going with this because I know that we're jumping all around.
Yes.
Um
I guess
that
I'll say a little bit about Beth's letter.
I was
Obviously
just
Beth
gonna say.
announces her HOH room. She reads her letter. I had missed a little bit of this
Mhm.
in my feed, but I saw whoever it was, sister friend. I know they were saying she's a similar sense of humor to her. They were telling her to order like a spicy chicken thing. That was what I caught of the letter.
Now, do you think that when they said order a spicy chicken thing, that that meant you should go after spicy V? Like if
You
you
know,
got a letter that was
Mhm.
like, Nicole, order a spicy chicken sandwich from Wendy's.
It is kind of sketchy, but I am going to play devil's advocate here and say typically the letters are written preseason
Yep.
or weeks prior to you winning the HOH. I know people are going to have their conspiracy theories. People are going to say certain things about production, but in my opinion, production would never make it that blatant. They would never be like, oh, a code word. Let's just leave that in. Like, if it's that obvious, obviously, from what
No, I
I've
blame production
experienced,
for
you
that.
write them weeks in advance.
I blame production for that one. That word should have not been in there.
I mean, I think that's looking too much into it. That's like, I don't know. I feel like you could look into any word then. That's like somebody saying, "Oh, Brayden, love your skincare routine," and all of a sudden he's like, "Oh my God, who has the nicest, clearest skin in this house? It's you. I'm coming after you now." Or someone saying,
No, that
"Mommy,
would
you're
be
my
like,
hero," and then she's like, "Hero? Oh wait, who likes
no,
to eat heroes in this
no.
house? You do." Like, you know what I mean?
No, that's not what I mean. That would be like, we got a new dog and its name is Brayden. That's what it would be. Spicy is what she calls herself. So it's like very specific to someone's name.
Is it though?
Yeah. Maybe if you watch the
That
feeds.
that's like I'm gonna play devil's advocate till the cows come home. That's like somebody writing, "You are so strong," and I'm like, "Oh, they're coming after Strong Island Nicole. Here we
Adjective.
go." So is
I'm sorry,
spicy.
my chat, it's stuck. What is the most current comment say? I think it's from Michelle. Do you not have them?
I have it. Michelle says I side with Eric on this, and I do
Okay,
hear you
good.
guys. No, I do hear you. But what I'm saying is, from somebody who lived it twice, from U.S. perspective, they write those letters before you even move in, or if you obviously win multiple HOHs, they replenish the stockpile. Like, I hopefully can say this, multiple members of my family wrote letters week one,
And what
like
happened?
before it was even aired.
And what happened with those letters?
I won
No, no.
two
Did
HOHs, so
do
I
do
saw two of them.
okay, I'm just going to say this. Hypothetically, specific words were told they had to be removed from those letters, which
Yeah, in
is why
regards to
I'm
like,
saying it.
yeah,
Like,
but again,
you know what I'm
go
saying?
ahead.
Like specific words had to be removed because they could be implied to be attached to people in the game, is all I'm saying. So when
I
somebody
don't agree.
goes around, and I know it doesn't make the edit, but it's very big on the feeds, she's Spicy V. So when you get a letter saying, order the spicy chicken combo, which we then know Beth doesn't like spicy food, Just saying. This isn't a big leap here. I
I
don't know if
I
this is the
honestly don't see it that
hill
way.
to die on.
It's my hill to die on right now.
Okay,
I I'm be,
Okay.
I'm being honest. I'm be because it is so obviously blatantly obvious. Why would production allow it? Why would production air it? If they knew the fandom would go, oh my god, they're setting up Victoria, they would never do it so blatant, or they would clip that part out and not show it in the edit. Like
Yeah.
I think you're just looking way too far into it. Like I said, you could say that with anything. Someone could say order the hot fries, and you go hot. Thai's hot. Maybe they want me to go up to Thai. You know?
No,
Do
because
you know
that's
what I
not what
mean?
I'm saying. No. You keep comparing apples to oranges instead of
No,
apples
I'm
to apples.
not.
No, I think chat agrees. They get what I'm saying. I was sure she did like spicy. No, I'm pretty sure she said she does not like spicy food. There's a spicy chicken sandwich war going on. Wendy's has a new sandwich. People loves them. And then I lost the
I
chat.
would tell you right now to go call production, ask them when those letters were written. They would probably say preseason, and what are the odds the word spicy was in it? It was just the luck of the draw. I highly doubt she won HOH. They ran to the family, said, quick, write a letter. They read it over and went, ha, they used the word spicy. That doesn't look sketchy. Like, come on. Come on. Come on.
Becca would like to know what you thought of all of Paul's pets' names being listed in his HOH letter.
I don't remember what you're talking about.
Convenient.
Okay, I'm sorry.
I forgive you. Um, the chicken sandwich was in the video. Yes, it was.
Oh wait, I forgot. I did get an HOH letter, and it was like, "You were born around Christmas, fa la 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 la, and holly, and make sure you're eating your fruit and watermelon. Yeehaw! Have a great day."
Yep.
Like, come on.
That would be a good
I'm not.
letter. That would have been a
This is
good
the hill
letter.
I die on.
I know. I'm gonna let
I
you
just
have
have
it.
to, you know, I have to disagree with you, but I do hear what you're saying. Because her nickname is Spicy, that is something, whether the letter was written weeks ago or yesterday, that is something that production should go, let's take it out.
I just love it. I'm used to chat always agreeing with you no matter what. I love that chat has come to my side on these things lately. I love it. It's wonderful.
I want to end on Starlet's point, which is production should have removed that part just in case. And
Yeah,
that's,
that's
I agree with that. That's where I think we could both agree on
this the
whether the letter
Twilight
was written
Zone.
a month ago or yesterday. They should have taken it out.
Am I in the Twilight Zone? That was all I said. That was what I said. That was my point. Remove the one word.
No, I know that's what I'm saying is I don't think it's that big of a deal, but
Yeah.
knowing how carried away people are going to get, just take it out.
This is nothing. You just wait until you hear what happened
It's a
earlier.
game.
Wait until you hear what happened earlier.
Okay,
We're
I'm
all
ready.
dying on the production hill for something much more bigger. More bigger? Bigger more.
Something bigger. Something bigger.
A bigger hill to die on.
Can we define that?
Like
I'm
a
not
mountain.
understanding.
So a mountain. A bigger
I'm
hill
out.
would be a mountain. Yeah.
Okay. Well, let's move
Um,
on to go ahead. Let's move on from this.
I wanted to mention quickly, we have TNT talking. Tina, who, you know, a lot of people are saying she does nothing, she does nothing. She expresses that Jed kind of controls Beth. So if you want to know what Beth's doing, kind of have to go through Jed, which I don't know if I missed something. I don't know if it was a code word, but that's when Tina said, I should go make some damn muffins. I don't know if that was a euphemism.
Which is a code for Mitchell Moffat, which we all called Mitch Muffin, who was on the TikTok screen.
Okay. Yes, yep. Another conspiracy muffin. Okay. So from there, they go to Jed. And this for me was, I get it, but also a point of frustration. I get in that game, you need to strategize, you need to plant seeds with everybody. And it didn't necessarily bother me that Tina and Tara went to Jed, because obviously they're going to go to Beth as well. It was more so Jed's demeanor in them coming to him. I was not, I shouldn't say shocked, but I was a little bit like, bad taste in my mouth when it comes to him saying, like, you know, she just needs to talk to everybody. She hasn't spoken to everybody yet. Her decision hasn't been made. You don't know that. You're not in Beth's head. You cannot say Beth did not make a decision. You cannot say who Beth has or has not spoken to. And I feel like he presented himself in the exact way that Tina and Tara were saying about him, which is that he kind of controls her. And I feel like maybe he should have navigated that conversation a little bit better.
I'm going to do it this way because this is going to be my new way to do jokes now. You're correct, Nicole. He's not in Beth's head. His head is in Beth. That's sex. Here's the
Can we
thing.
give it that's so inappropriate?
No. Oh, yeah.
That's so inappropriate.
Here's the thing.
I didn't need to picture that. Thank you.
Well, here's the thing. You're going to get a lot more mad if you're mad about that.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
I mean, the feeds today was basically Jed holding court in the HOH room post POV ceremony as if it was his HOH. Like, I had to remind myself 5 times that it was Beth's HOH.
Listen, I get it. When certain people are HOH, you know without a shadow of a doubt in your mind you're safe. And you're kind of like the HOH by proxy. That's with any showman's strong alliance, duo, whatever. But it doesn't come across well to their house guests. It doesn't come across well to viewers. I said it once, I will say it again. Oh, how the mighty have fallen, the mighty will fall. And I love Jed, Ty, Beth, that dynamic. I said it weeks ago, like, yeah, they were the underdogs, here we go. And now, the pendulum is swinging. And now I'm kind of like, oh, too big for your britches. It's gonna go back. Everything balances. It's gonna swing right back. It always does. Whether it be in the game or real life, karma always comes.
Here's the thing. Just once, I want to see the couple cut each other before the end. I know I'm never going to say it. Here's the annoying thing. I don't believe for 1 second that Beth is ever going to put Ty and Jed into, danger. I am aware, like, they didn't really get into it, and I'm thinking maybe it's gonna be more of a Wednesday's episode thing, but, with these noms, her hope is that Ro gets himself off. Vic ends up going up. Ro is someone who is now down and will go after the guys. I don't necessarily believe that Beth yes, she's wants to make that happen. But at the end of the day, I don't really see her actively campaigning against them or doing anything to try and get them out, which I think is totally stupid on her part. They're never taking her.
Not yet, and I put emphasis on yet. I am going to put this out there. I want to give Beth a lot more credit because I do think she's capable of it. I do think a lot of the time in the past with showmances, you never hear the person say, damn it, damn it. Usually it's like, la, 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 la. And then all of a sudden, like, final 3, it's like, damn it. She's been saying, like, when she's alone with the feeds, like, oh, I need to do this now. Should I do it now? And I think that's something that I think she does have it in her. And I think if she has the right support system, I think if she had a Ro on her side and a Braden on her side, I think maybe she could have the chutzpah to do it, or at least back somebody else that would do it. I don't think she's completely controlled and rose-colored glasses. I really don't. I think she said in the beginning her strategy was to flirt. I think she can break through it.
Oh, she's not controlled. She just has 0 chance to win the game. None of that jury's voting for her. The only way that jury votes for her is if she is in the end next to maybe a Tara, maybe a Tina if they keep not winning anything. Everyone loves Ty, everyone loves Jed, everyone loves Kiefer. They've won things. She's no way to win the game if she keeps going further with them. Her best move would be to break up a Tara and a Tina and
Hmm.
then hope to God that someone breaks up a Ty and a Jed to get rid of these duos. But them letting these duos go real deep in the game, gonna be bad. Y'all gonna get picked off one by one.
I mean, so far, Kiefer, Victoria, they've done it. They've broken up the Kyle and Roe. They've broken up the Austin Braden, and then it's kind of like that little like rowboat just suddenly became like, okay, we're gonna go after the leftover people and not necessarily the dynamic duos. But I agree with you. If somebody has the chutzpah to do it, they have to do it. And if let's say Jed wins HOH and then Ty wins it, and they keep alternating, everybody's screwed.
I mean, they're a 3-person voting block, and I don't know that anyone else has that. You can argue that, okay, Tina, Tara, Roe, Braden are kind of going to be together as a 4. Nah, they're not together as a 4 in the way that
Yes.
I think Beth, Ty, and Jed are. And we keep saying Beth, Ty, and Jed. We're also forgetting Kiefer is in
Kiefer.
there as well. They're a 4,
Yes.
but Kiefer has the option to flip over to Roe
Yes.
Braden however he wants to at any
And
point.
I think that's what I meant by that in the beginning of this episode when I said Kiefer's in a good spot and you were like, well, they all find out. If Victoria finds out, is she really going to go, oh, Kiefer, I'm mad, I'm coming after you? Or is she going to go after the guys? Probably the guys. If Tina and Tara find out, they're going to be like, oh, let's go after Kiefer. No, they'll probably still go after the guys. So I think even if he is thwarted, I don't think they'll come after him right away. There might be residual things that land like in future weeks, but I think initially it would be, damn you, Kiefer, we'll get to you later type of thing.
Or is she going to do absolutely nothing, much to everyone's surprise, and just be like, I got. Good game, everyone.
Who knows? I mean,
We do.
one thing that did make me laugh, and I like literally laughing out loud, I couldn't stop, was the conversation between Kiefer and Victoria, where Kiefer was like, "You had a rough week last week." She was like, "What was last week?" And he's like, "The invisible HOH." I was dying because that sounded like a conversation between like me and you, when like one of us forgets what the hell we were doing. Like I thought that was the most hysterical thing. A great breakup in the episode. I love when they show the funny things. They make my day. That the reindeer with Ty not knowing that reindeer were real. I am with him. I think a lot of people, when you're actually brought to your attention, you're like, wait, are they real? So like, I don't know. I like the comedic things that they put in there.
Who was the one I was, setting up for this show? Always setting up for this show while I'm watching. Who was the one who questioned if reindeer was real? Was it
Ty.
Jed? Yes! Yes! I love them hot and stupid. So, and this one is letting gays touch them. So, like, this is my dream scenario.
I know you're in love. I know you are. But that's what I'm saying. Like this is I go on a whole tangent here. But anybody watching who's like, how does he not know they're real? No, no. Really stop and think. If someone said to you, "Are reindeer real?" I think most people will go, "Yeah, no, yeah, of course, yeah, of course they're real." No, like I think the average person would have that moment. When have you ever seen a reindeer in real life? You only think of them in legends and in like Christmas movies and Santa Claus movies.
I don't know what's wrong with you, and I don't want to have another fight. It's literally like me saying, if I ask someone, is Hogwarts real? We've
Some would
only
argue
heard
it
of
is.
it in movies and fantasy.
And Hogwarts is fake. I'm talking about reindeer, which actually are real.
Right.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. I think the average person watching that goes, dumbass, of course they're real. But if I stopped people on the street with a microphone and said, are reindeer real? I think the average person would go, yeah, no, oh God, are they? I don't know. I think that'd be your average response. And people will not admit it because, you're seeing this, you're like, oh yeah, they are real. See, everybody said. But if I caught you off guard, having not seen this episode, I think the average person would be like, wait, what? Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. I'm not fighting. I already fought about the spicy thing. I'm not fighting about reindeer.
Thought reindeer weren't real.
I know. Do you hear what I'm saying now? You thought they weren't real, but guess what, my friend? They are. And according to Braden, they're all female. I did not know that. Oh, so
Wow.
when Rudolph had like a red nose, does that mean like, oh, that's a whole nother thing. Never mind. I thought maybe it was like a puberty lesson. I'm gonna stop talking.
We need to help Nicole's average person with real life trivia. All female.
I would love to do it.
Yeah. I'm so confused. But okay, so reindeer are real.
Reindeer are real. The ones you see in the Santa Claus movies, they exist. Reindeer are a thing. It's just they become
They fly in the movie.
they do fly around Christmas time, as all the children know, because Rudolph helps and Santa helps and the elves help. But we're not talking about holidays right now. We're talking about during the year. They do exist. They're not able to fly during the year, but they do exist.
Are unicorns real?
Unicorns are not.
But then why do I eat unicorn horns for breakfast?
I'm surprised you don't drink the blood of unicorns.
I do. Well, that's what I wash it down with.
No, I mean, technically, I guess a rhino is a unicorn,
That's a good point.
right? A little chubby unicorn.
How did you deal with the family video segment?
I didn't. You guys know this. I won't get on a Nicole tangent. That's a topic for a podcast. They trigger me unlike anything other. I'm obviously currently not home. My family texted me to check in on me because nothing brings you back to that emotion of that house until you see it. Like I said, it speaks volumes about a person. And there's nothing against the people that didn't cry, but who is playing that game like with heart? You can see the people who are able to separate it and play the game just with their brain, and I commend that. That's incredible, but that's not me. So I connect with the people who also play it with heart. So Tina, Kiefer, Ro, Tara, I was having a moment with them, and nothing can prepare you for that. Nothing, I can't even explain it unless you're a family that had to record it for a loved one, or you're a loved one that was in there. On my season, we didn't get it till like day 95. And I can't even,
And we didn't even get to see it.
Nope. And it was late. It was right by finale. I think we already played the final HOH comp, so like maybe like day 96, 97.
Did everybody cry?
Like, it was far along.
Did everybody cry?
Oh yeah, we all cried. It was only the three of us left, so
yeah,
we knew there's our families. We're going to see them at finale because all three of us are going to finale. And I already knew my fate was sealed at that point. So I was like, aw, like, I'm going to see them next week. Not even next week. I'm going to see them in a few days when I get my third place. And I'm going to walk out on stage and they're going to be there. What?
Didn't have to be.
Didn't have to be what, emotional?
I wish you would have tapped into my Eric telepathy before I need. Did I ever tell you what my plan was that I said on these shows that I thought you should do?
My new plan, I should have seduced both of them. I should have made them both my lovers, and I could have
You're almost
Is that what you're gonna
right.
Say?
I said that you should watch on the camera to see when Holly was coming up the stairs, and right as she's on the stairs, you should jump into bed and have straddled Jackson, and then when she opens the door, be like, oh God, caught, and run out. I for real pitched that as a strategy on the show of what I was like, that's pretty much the only play she has.
But you know what's funny though? I do hear you and I can joke about it now, but that was never me and Mickey's dynamic. We always had a sibling dynamic.
No, that would have been your only play, and then you would have had to play it off. Yes, we've been sleeping together this whole time, Holly.
And I think Holly No, Holly would have walked in. I think the three of us just would have been laughing so hard. They would have known it was a ploy on my part. They would have given me props for my attempt, but I think I would have peed myself laughing because that would have been. I don't know. That's actually in an alternate universe. Maybe that's what I tried, but oh man, I
funny.
should have tried seducing both of them. With my feminine wiles. Damn it!
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
now we know. Now we know.
I bet if well, whatever. Forgot it.
Wouldn't
I was just gonna say, I bet if Holly could go back in time right now, she'd do things differently.
we all? So, Eric, what are your thoughts on the family videos?
Sad. Like normally I always used to cry during the family segments of Big Brother Canada or BBUS.
Yes.
The game has hardened my heart in a way that I no longer get upset by them.
I get
I'm
that.
like, boo-hoo, life sucks. It's gonna get a whole lot worse. Video your family, you're gonna see them in 3 weeks. Get over it.
I'm not. Listen, I'm climbing up another hill.
Did you want to
It's.
agree with me on the spicy word now?
I'll agree with
Then
you
I
on
can let you.
spicy
Oh,
if
then
I
you can
can
have this
argue.
one. Then I agree
Okay,
with
thank
you.
you.
Whatever you said.
It's
Yep.
so different when you're in it. I don't care if you're in there for a week or you're in there for 99 days. When you get a video from a world that in your brain no longer exists, like in your brain, it's like the world froze. This is my world. We eat, sleep, breathe this game. They're the only people left in the universe. It's very apocalyptic. This is it. And when that barrier is broken and you see your family and you're suddenly not Nicole, who everybody's strategizing with, you're now, oh my God, I'm Nicole Anthony. That's my family. It's very, I don't even know how to describe it, but like takes you out of it. It reminds you what you're there for, like Tara was saying. And I just want to, again, this is why they need to put me in the house as moral support. I just want to hug each and every one of them because I love it. That's what life's about.
Mm-hmm.
A boot. That's what's important. Not who you're fighting with in that game. It's who you're going home to afterwards.
I agree. I laughed because I saw Courtney in chat said, "Isn't Eric closer to Ty's dad's age?"
You are not.
I thought that was funny. I don't care. 20s
Yeah,
is 20. I'm fine. Could get someone in their 20s. I
you
look like I'm
could.
in
Look
my
at you.
20s.
Yeah, don't let them talk down to you, Eric. Look what you look
No.
like. Woo!
I have a chance for Ty. Don't ruin this for me.
Yeah. It's like I'm in my 20s. And if you were straight, I'm just kidding.
Yes, we know.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
How are you?
I'm very hyper. I had a lot of peeps again. Look ahead.
Bet you did. People say Beth is so annoying and loud. I thought she had said she has ADHD. That would explain her better to me. Um, again, and I say this as somebody with ADHD, so I'm in no way mocking either of them. I'm just saying, if I had to look at this cast and go, who's the person with ADHD? I'm all putting my money on Victoria. I don't really
I
see
understand.
Beth as the ADHD person, but again, you never know. It comes in all, forms, and ways people cope with it is different across the board.
But you know what though too? Like this again, this is more so a topic for the podcast as opposed to this, but why as people do we need the reason? You know what I mean? Like, oh, that person's always on a different octave or that person's always talking fast. I'll understand that person more if I find out she has ADHD or she's on the spectrum or that like why do you need to know that? Like just say, okay, that person is annoying at times or that person's loud or that person's grouchy, whatever it may be. Why do you necessarily need a reason?
The same reason you wanted to argue about the word spicy being removed. That's why.
I don't get it.
Because people want to know things. People are inquisitive and people like information and they like to know things and they like to be right about things and they like to know things.
Yeah, but like if I'm crying in like a room, why can't people go, oh, poor Nicole's crying? Why would it right away have to go to like, is it her period? Is she bipolar? Is she depressed? Like,
Well,
you don't need to know that. Like, I'm a human being having an emotion. Like, just be understanding.
yes, I agree. That should be the
Thank you.
initial response of every person.
Yes.
However, I don't think you can blanket it to every person feels that way. Some people will not care. Some people will go, Jesus, she's crying again. Some people will be
Yeah.
like, God, I love her. I hope she's okay. Some people be like, I need to know why she's crying so I can help her. So I don't think you can just blanket it as one thing of why
Oh,
does
I get that.
everyone do this? But
I
yes,
guess
the
like
initial response should be that, yes.
yeah, and don't get me wrong, I do hear because like certain instances with Beth, I'm like, whoa, like calm down there, Tiger. But I guess like when Kiefer and Vic were talking, like I'm like, oh, Beth's gonna see that when she gets home, and it's like two of her fellow people sitting around going, she's annoying, and I was like, oh, that's kind of a shitty feeling, you know what I mean? So like, I get it, and I've seen it at times. I've seen it with several of them at times. I've seen it with myself, but it's just like, oh, like I just
Maximus
feel
mom
bad.
Maximus mom says Eric would have left Nicole if Ty would have been in the house with them. Um, I would like, yeah, I mean, I was clear. I would like leave Hubs if Ty was interested. So yeah,
Who doesn't love Ty?
I would push Nicole out of a moving car if I saw Ty was swinging from like a rope and like gonna come into the car, but Nicole was in the way. I would just push her right out the moving car.
But can I say something? I would jump out of that car for you if I saw Ty coming on a rope. That's what a good friend I am. I'd be like, I got you, boo, and I jump out.
Not the rope if we're lucky. But Vanessa Gabriella says, it's my first time tuning in live. Yay. Hi, Eric and Nicole. Hi, Vanessa.
Hello, Vanessa. How are you?
Of course. Um, welcome and welcome to a
Welcome.
live one. So, to recap, Nicole has been right on all of her opinions. You're all caught up.
Yep. Always. No, but okay. Continuing forward at this point in the episode is a lot of that dynamic of Brayden talking to Beth, saying, listen, Vic would put you up. Vic is the one you should be targeting. He expresses to Ro what he's doing. Beth talks to Ro, and Ro's like, listen, I'm good for you. I'm not good for the boys. Vic is bad for your game, but good for the boys. Then Beth goes ahead and talks to Jed and Ty. They're like, no, 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 no. Vic is good for all three of us. And now is not the time. Ro wants you out. We're being set up. We got to get rid of Ro. Jed and Ty go off, and they're like, oh, we need Ro out. Darn it, this sucks. Beth needs us to make it to the end, which is another one of those statements that frustrated me. I understand people could say what they want about Beth, but no, she doesn't need you to get to the end. She has plenty of options and she can make it without you. And I think that's what's very unfortunate is always with any type of duo trio dynamic, the woman is always viewed as like the, well, she can't make it without the men. And it's like, yes, she can. She can do it. One of the best quotes I would argue is Holly from my season, who said, I didn't ride his coattails. I held his coattails back and dug my heels into the mud to calm him down and to keep a shield in front of myself. And that's what I believe Beth is doing. So I didn't like that they said that she needs them, because she doesn't.
100% Ty is one nothing. In no way do I think that Beth needs them. I just think from a game perspective, leaving a male duo couple together when you're getting down to final 3, 4 could not necessarily work out the way you want it to work out.
Yes, and I do hear that. I just think, from what, I mean, I'm wrong, but I perceived as them saying she needs us to win comms, she needs
No,
us to be
that's
her shield, she
ridiculous.
needs us as
No,
numbers, and it's like, no, if people get the two of you out, I would imagine Beth's going to be forgotten, you know, and not in a bad way. And
I mean,
of the three, Beth and Jed, are the only two that won things.
unless they are saying it of in the they are saying it in the
Numbers.
sense of you need us because as a three, we are more intimidating to the other side of the house, then
True.
sure. In that sense, she needs them. I do kind of agree. Tina and Tara would not work with Beth. I don't think Ro would necessarily work with Beth. So, I mean,
Oh,
in that aspect, does she need them in the game now? Sure, but in general, did any of these people need anyone in the beginning? No. And I
no.
wish the female players would have stuck more with the female players, specifically
Oh,
Vic. And I loved, I don't know if it was the moment that you lost it briefly there tonight, but there was that moment when Tara said to Beth, like, I have a daughter. I don't want to go after you as a female. I want the females in this game to support each other, not take each other out.
I love that.
And that's when Beth said to her, like, all right, I'm going to level with you. I'm putting you up. And I was like, of course.
Damn. And that's something that you and I said during the cast assessment. When we were reading all the girls' bios, we were like, all right, this could be the season when like a girls' alliance actually happens. And it's been unfortunate to see them go. And I think, like I just want to see it happen. I think a lot of it is also the shifting, it sounds horrible, but like of society. I feel like years and years and years ago, a female Big Brother player who spoke her mind and played her game was viewed as like, oh, she's a boss, she's a queen, like we want to see her play. And I feel like nowadays, even with the people in the house, it kind of gets viewed more so as like, oh, bitch, I don't want to work with her, and I don't know, it's just unfortunate.
I agree. It's definitely
Mhm.
unfortunate.
Come on,
Um,
ladies.
What did you think about her Wendy's convo when she ordered that spicy chicken combo?
This was part of what I had missed, but I know Ro was saying that he's good for her, right? But not for the boys. Which I'd
Um
imagine supplemented what Braden was saying to her.
she basically, well, what happened in this meal was she basically said to Ro, which was what Ro and Braden talked about, that Braden kind of went in and fluffed her a little bit. But she
Okay.
basically said to Ro, like, Look, I'm gonna put you up, but I'm gonna need you to trust me. I have a bigger plan here." And then
Hmm.
Ro kind of was like, well, the only thing that would be a bigger plan is Victoria. And
Wow.
Beth was like, and that doesn't leave this room. And he was like, okay, my lips are sealed. I will not say a word. Um, so she told
Wow.
like that's where I'm saying like it's so weird this season that everyone can just be so honest. Like I truly feel if this was Big Brother US, Ro would have left that room and been like, "This is bullshit." She says I'm going up, and I like it would have caused fights. Like Big Brother kind of is very much like, I'm gonna tell you what my plan is. You're gonna believe the plan." And granted, it could also be because the people these things are happening to, in a sense, really don't have any other choice than to go along with it. You know what I mean?
Would you,
So
obviously you've been sorry, but obviously you've been watching for so long, would you argue, and I could be wrong, but it's almost like another new school of Big Brother? Because I feel as though this season of BB Canada, last season we didn't get a good enough idea. All Stars, I feel like, was its own special case because people came in with their suitcases and were like, let's work and we'll go home. But I think if you look at BB21 and you look at this season, I think it's very similar, where Big Brother US 21, there was a lot of I respect you, but you're probably going up, and oh, we're gonna put up these two. Like I feel like everything was so vocal. I don't know if that's just like a new pivoting of the game. Maybe it's like a new school way of people. You can't really be secretive because people know the game so well. Like, is that what it is? Like people are just like blunt, like that's what's happening. Okay, peace out. Or no?
No, I think it's very much Canada versus BBUS. Again, we were all very much looking forward to the POV ceremony today. We were convinced that due to it being a blind side, um, that there would be all of these fireworks and drama. And I said it on Easter, I tweeted out because, normally the POV ceremonies were happen on Sundays.
Mhm.
And so many people were like, I have to rearrange my Easter plans now to see the the post POV ceremony fallout. And I literally tweeted out every season, every
Mhm.
time on Big Brother
Yes.
Canada, we all think it's gonna be this big explosion. It never is. And it wasn't again.
It wasn't. Can we do a little spoiler? What happened?
Well, why don't we finish and I'll
Yes.
spoiler you.
Okay.
So, basically the end of tonight's episode was Beth carried out her plan.
Yep. She put up Tara and Ro in her speech. She said, Tara, you are not my target. I'm targeting you, Ro. But as we know, Brayden primed it, Ro painted it, and Beth is executing it. That she's just saying this. Ro is actually not the target, which in that sense, I don't know how she's going to do damage control with Tara, but whatever. Ro explains he's been on the block 4 times. It's still warm from the last time he was sitting there. Tina's ready to fight. And that's that. We end the episode with them two on the block.
Yes, we do.
Hmm?
So yeah, I mean, we can definitely talk spoilers or what
Okay.
you all will probably be seeing on, well, not what you will be seeing on Wednesday's episode is that this plan is being carried out to fruition. Ro
What?
wins the POV.
For the third week in a row.
Third time
Row,
in a
row,
row.
row your veto boat.
He wins. The
Wow.
blindsiding of Victoria plan is in place. She has no clue. Now, here is the other hill that I said we could die on.
Okay.
Um, Big Brother Canada is very different than our Big Brother. So, when is POV? POV, I think, happened on Saturday.
Okay.
So, they had the day to make the plan. We're gonna blindside, backdoor Victoria. Great. The way Big Brother works is they put them to bed at, the set time, and then like
Okay.
that's it. Like when Big Brother Canada tells you go to bed, they all
Mhm.
go to bed. There's no more game talk until the
Okay.
morning. So last night, they told them all to go to bed. The last person called to the DR was Victoria. She comes out of the diary room and says to, I think, Brayden as she's getting in bed, what if the boys are lying to me? What if I'm really being backdoored? Okay, so that, and now this is also the way it works. Now, the next day, which is today, Big Brother wakes them up and it's instantly wakes them up with, you have 1 hour into the POV ceremony.
Wow. So
So
they did
they
it
have,
again.
so, well, here's why I'm getting to this point. So, okay, so they do the thing, they have their POV ceremony. We're all waiting with bated breath for it to come back. It comes back. Victoria's basically fine with the blind side.
Oh, okay. So what
Or
happened?
what happened? She's in my opinion, she played it perfectly. Like, she is
Mhm.
such a good player today. When she left that HOH room, and now again, pitching to Jed, yes, Beth was there, but it was as if it was Jed's HOH. And then they finally bring Ty in, but she handled it perfectly. And even after she left, Beth looked at Ty and Jed and was like, she's amazing at this game. I believe her. I
She
believe her.
is.
We made a mistake. We should be keeping her. Yada yada. Like Victoria, so good. She totally just played it as I never would have went after you. I could have done it last week if I wanted to go after you.
So
Um,
she
I
told him she was invisible.
see that's the part that I thought of after the fact. I don't
Mhm.
know if she meant like when I was HOH
Yeah.
previously, or she told them the truth. But I thought of that later today when I was thinking of their
Wow.
conversation again was, did she tell them and I missed it? But one of the things that she did say was that I'm the only reason, no, she goes, I wasn't that surprised
Okay.
because they told me in the DR. But she didn't s I'm sorry, she didn't I'm sorry, let me get it correct. She said, "They asked me about it
Yes.
in the DR. That's da." So that's where I say that has made people lose it today,
Oh,
again, from a
understandably.
production thing, to which I say to everyone, again, they're making a TV show. They
Exactly. They need the
need
soundbite.
they need the reaction beforehand. So it's not like they said to her, hey, they're gonna backdoor you. They probably just asked her something like you would ask to any of the people that were in
Yes.
there. Do
Yep.
you think there's a chance you will be backdoored? I'm sure they
Mhm.
asked that to, sure they asked Roe. Do you think that if
Well,
you didn't win this, you would have got, you know what I'm saying? They ask all of those
yes.
questions to all of them. And if they really were trying, this is the part where I'm like, I don't buy production screwing with it. They need the soundbite beforehand. If they wanted to screw with the game, they would have done that to her earlier in the day. They did
Yes.
it at the end of the night when they technically aren't supposed to talk game anymore. And then the
Mhm.
first thing that happens when they wake up is they're getting ready for the POV ceremony.
Yes.
So, like,
And you're saying it was after Veto was already played and won that she was called into the DR.
it was let's just say, I know that there's a sleeping happening in between, but let's just say it happened 4 hours before the POV
Yeah.
ceremony.
And that's the thing. Like, again, I'm just going to re articulate what you just said because you're right, nail on the head. They're producing a show and they need that soundbite of Victoria in the diary room going, oh man, there's a good chance I could be the next one nominated. I'm sure they had other people say it, not had other people say it, but this is what they do. I'll just come out and say it. You sit down in the diary room, they're like, all right, what are your thoughts on this week? Oh, Tara and Ro are nominated. I'm not too worried. They're probably gonna go after Ro. Yeah, but whether it be if someone wins the veto or hey, Ro won the veto, what are you thinking now? Oh yeah, I really don't think I'd be a target because oh wait, I could go up. And they go, do you really think you could? And you go, yeah, oh wow, I could be an option. Damn it, I could be an option. And that's all they do. They give prompts because they want to see your before and after reaction. They want that soundbite of Victoria saying, oh shit, I could be the replacement nom. That would suck if I am. Oh, I should do something. Like, and that's just the nature of producing a show. I would put my house on it. It's not my house, so maybe that's why I'm betting it. But you're not going to walk in. They're not going to be like, Victoria, they're putting you up. You're getting screwed. You don't even see it. You dumb. Like, they're not going to do that. They're just going to,
No, and
what are
that's
your thoughts?
frustrating. That's frustrating that people don't get that. And the other argument that I saw people say was like, they could get the soundbite from her after. It's not the same.
Nope.
After, she can manipulate her feelings on it, and then they can't control the edit. They want the actual shocked look on her
Yep.
face of did it like so that's just
Because
normal.
if you ask after, you could already get the person fired up. You could get the person sad, like
Yeah.
they could already have that emotion when they're entering. Or, like you said, people then pivot it. People go, "Oh, I knew I was going to be the replacement. Nom. I'm not shocked. Whatever." And they don't want that. They want the, "Oh, me? No, I'm not the target. Oh, wait, am I?" Like they want that moment of realization on camera so they could show it during the edit. So when you're watching the edit, you go, "Oh, damn, she doesn't know," or you go, "Oh, she has a suspicion."
Yeah, or I agree with what ZZ says. They probably thought, like all of us thought, let's get the shot of her being, it's not going to happen to me. It's all
Yep.
great. Da, 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 to
And then,
her rage burning the house down,
yep.
which we were all convinced we were getting today. And we just got literally, if you wrote out, this is the best way to handle being blindsided by your alliance, and you like wrote out the textbook of it, that's how Victoria handled it. I
And
was
I bet she did. I bet she
speechless.
did.
She's like, I would never go after you, and I would have done this, and I would have done that. And I'm not going to get emotional. I'm not going to cry, and didn't, but then made sure that she squeezed a few tears out on the way out and was just like, I'm just hurt that you think I would, but I'm going to leave. I don't. She just played it all perfectly. And I say very old school Big Brother. I forget who it was. Might have been Stein and Knits on Twitter, but somebody say the tweet was something along the lines of, for those of you that missed the heyday of Big Brother and never got to see a Rachel Riley game, um Victoria is kind of a Rachel Riley game. It's kind
Mhm.
of seeing that, gonna play kind of like erratically, but it's strategically erratically.
Yes. Yep.
Um, I'm gonna draw the lines in the sand. I will call the people out. I'm not
Yep.
gonna do things like and I totally agree with that. I think I very much enjoy watching her game. Unfortunately, her game is over. I always say
Yep.
there's a long time into Thursday. I don't know what she could do to overcome the hill. Because at the end of the day, while they all said, this is great, she's so convincing, and all of these things, the main point that they all agree with, though, is we can't do this to her and not get her out.
Yep.
She
Yep.
wins competitions. She doesn't mean what she's saying to us. Yeah, she might work with us if she has to for numbers, but we gave her the reason to cut every single one of us. We're not going to trade the Tara, Tina, Row feelings now to save a Victoria who we know would never hold up her end of any deals going forward, which I agree
Yeah.
with.
Definitely listen. We said it last week. She is absolutely tremendous. She was high on the hog, and we said the pendulum's going to swing, and her game is going to get erratic and kind of messy. So I get why it's happening. They are smart to get her out because she is a hell of a player at this game. But it would be sad if she went because like she's one of those people that's like, damn, she can play. So it'd be sad without her. But I honestly, she's not going to go down without a fight. She's going to have many other tricks up her sleeve, and if she can pull out the card of like, I'm an island. See, even you guys don't want to work with me, and I was gonna support you. Like, if she were to play that card and be like, but Tina's got Tara, they're a dynamic duo. Let's break
That's
up
her
another
only
duo.
play.
If she can sell that and sell it, like I said, to the point of like wounded animal, you guys were my people, and now you guys are screwing me over. I knew I had nobody. Now I'm really an island. It could somehow work. Again, I really don't see a Tara going over a Victoria in the grand scheme of things, but Victoria's gotten herself into many a situation. She's gotten herself out of many a situation. She's a hella player at this game. So if anybody in that house could do it, Victoria could.
That I agree with. If any, but I would say she has the best chance of
Yes.
doing it. I don't think she will be able to do it, but I agree. If we were rating them on probability, I'd give her the best probability to do it.
Yep.
I think her only play is to point out that they're leaving another duo in by keeping Tara and Tina together.
Yep.
And to your point, she is an island.
Yep.
So
And
I
play the
kind
angle of, I'm not upset. Ro took himself down. I know you had to put me up. Like, I know I'm not your target. I know we're close. Like, I know Tina's in a duo. Excuse me, Tara's in a duo. Just keep selling, like I said, like that wounded animal. Like, oh no, I know we're good. Oh my God, no hard feelings. I didn't put you guys up a couple weeks ago because I trust you guys and I want to work with you guys. So I know you guys would never send me home. Just keep working that angle.
I do
Could
though
happen.
also I do though also agree that, if Tara not if Tara, oh my God. If Jed, Ty, and Beth survive Thursday, which we know is double eviction, that's it. Like, they're steamrolling to the end of the game.
Yep. Yep. No, I have a sinking suspicion we're gonna lose like a Jet or a tie in the double.
We need to, or the show is going to go from being super great to real boring because then
Oh,
they'll control everything.
which is great for them, like kudos, but not so great
Makes
for
for a
viewers
boring
because we want
show.
the dynamics.
You will then see people no longer being allowed to tell people who they're putting on.
Yep. Yep.
Well, we will have so much more to talk about, and all of this and more, therefore, on Wednesday when we are
Yay!
joined with Liza from Big Brother Canada. And then, of course, our guest for the double eviction, or immediately following the double eviction this week, will be Kira. So that is gonna be fun.
I've never met Liza, so I'm excited to meet her. And you guys know I'm like in love with Hira. He's like my spirit animal, so I'm excited to chat with him again.
Yeah, it is going to be super duper fun. We will see, I will say, I will remind all of you to make sure that you follow, like, and subscribe wherever you all are watching. Of course, sharing the show is a great way to help support, and check out our website, hellofriendspod.com, for all of the socials of where to follow us, see our shows, our schedule, and
Schedule.
more. Of course, we will be back tomorrow for a live Hello Friends show. And if you missed the one on Friday, make sure you go check it out. It's all about the BB23 casting process
Mhm.
with the person casting the show,
Yep.
and telling you exactly what they want. So, if you think you can play Big Brother better,
Get
we
on that.
literally have the casting person on the show, and the things are still open, and he's literally telling you what he wants. So
Yep.
go do
And
it.
if you don't want to apply, but you just want to, if you're a fan of the show, it gives a lot of insights into the process and like kind of how it like rolls along. It's interesting.
We're gonna go roll along right now because, as we all know, the night is still young, and like Nicole says,
April Fools, he saw my boobs.
we gotta get going. Bye for now, everybody. Final thoughts, Nicole?
I love you all. This was fun. Way to go, Brayden, for priming those walls, and way to go, Rohan, for painting them up. And here's to a dynamic week with Liza and Hira and so many amazing things to come.
Bye for now, everybody. Bye, friends.